In a narrow alley behind a row of old apartment buildings, a small black cat named Shadow lived alone. His fur was messy, his tail thin, and his eyes, bright amber, seemed to hold stories too deep for words. No one knew where he came from. Some said he was born in the streets. Others whispered he once had an owner who left and never came back. Every morning, Shadow would wander between the garbage bins, searching for leftovers. Sometimes, kind-hearted shopkeepers would leave him a piece of bread or a bowl of milk, but most days, he went hungry. At night, he would sit on the rooftop, gazing at the glowing windows where families laughed, ate, and hugged each other. He didn't understand why he couldn't have the same warmth. One cold winter evening, Shadow found a cardboard box behind a cafe and decided to sleep there. The wind howled through the alley, carrying flakes of snow. As he curled into a small ball to stay warm, a little girl named Lucy came out of the cafe holding a cup of hot chocolate. She saw the trembling cat and gasped. "Oh, you poor thing," she whispered, kneeling beside him. Shadow flinched at first and used to kindness. But Lucy spoke softly, her voice warm and gentle. She placed her scarf around him and smiled. "Don't worry, I'll come back tomorrow." And she did, every single day. She brought food, water, and even a small blanket. Shadow began to wait for her footsteps, his heart learning to hope again. Weeks passed, and their bond grew strong. He would greet her with a soft meow, rubbing against her leg as she laughed and called him her little knight. But fate is cruel sometimes. One morning, Lucy didn't come. Shadow waited the entire day, then the next, then a week. The cafe owner told the neighbors that Lucy and her family had moved away suddenly. Shadow didn't understand, only that his world had gone quiet again. Days turned into months. He grew thinner, weaker, but still, he waited in that same spot, the alley that once echoed with her laughter. Then, one spring afternoon, a young woman stopped by the cafe. She had grown taller, her hair longer, but her eyes, those same bright eyes, widened in shock. It was Lucy. She ran into the alley, tears filling her eyes. "Shadow," she called softly. From the corner, a weak meow answered. The black cat limped toward her, his movements slow, but his eyes alive with recognition. She fell to her knees and gathered him in her arms, crying into his fur.